In a world increasingly defined by geopolitical alliances and technological advancements, the interactions between global leaders carry significant weight. On February 24, 2025, a video call between Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin served to solidify their long-standing partnership and counter speculation surrounding the potential for a rift between the nations. This meeting came on the somber anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a conflict that has reshaped international relations and economic landscapes. In a statement that underscored the depth of their relationship, she characterized China and Russia as true friends who have been through thick and thin together, reflecting a mutual commitment to support one another amid growing pressure from the West. The timing of the call is particularly noteworthy as it coincides with former President Donald Trump's renewed overtures toward Russia, which some analysts suggest may have been an attempt to exploit any potential divisions between Beijing and Moscow. The call marks the second direct communication between Xi and Putin in just over a month, signaling a concerted effort to reinforce their alliance. Since the onset of the Ukraine conflict, China has played a pivotal role in assisting Russia, notably through substantial oil purchases and the provision of dual-use technologies. This partnership has not only helped Russia weather economic sanctions imposed by Western nations but has also allowed both countries to position themselves against what they perceive as U.S. dominance in global affairs. During the call, she emphasized that their relationship is not swayed by external pressures, particularly from the United States. History and reality show us that China and Russia are good neighbors who won't move away, he declared, reinforcing the notion that their foreign policies are aligned for the long term. The Kremlin echoed this sentiment, asserting that the bond between Russia and China is a stabilizing factor in international relations and resilient to outside influence. The context of this meeting cannot be overlooked. Trump's administration has stirred speculation about a new approach to U.S. foreign policy, including a potential drawdown of American troops in Europe in favor of a focus on China, which many officials consider a more pressing threat. Trump's recent comments, which included blaming Ukraine for provoking Russia and labeling Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator, have further fueled conjecture about the administration's strategy. Despite these shifts, experts remain skeptical of any significant fracture between China and Russia. Sergei Redchenko, a scholar specializing in Chinese-Russian relations, articulated that the strategic and geopolitical alignment between the two nations is robust. They don't see eye to eye on everything, but I think they both realize they need each other, he noted, suggesting that any ambitions by the Trump administration to exploit perceived weaknesses in their partnership may be misguided. As the situation evolves, China's official stance on Russia's actions in Ukraine remains ambiguous. It has yet to classify the invasion as a war. In a related development, she is expected to visit Moscow in May for commemorations marking the Soviet victory over Nazi Germany, further cementing their alliance. Amid these geopolitical maneuvers, significant economic ramifications are unfolding in the tech sector, particularly in the wake of Trump's recent executive order aimed at limiting Chinese investments in key U.S. technology sectors. This directive has led to a sharp decline in the stock value of Alibaba Group, which plummeted as much as 11% in U.S. trading, indicative of rising anxieties regarding U.S.-China trade relations. This turmoil comes despite Alibaba's ambitious plans to invest over $53 billion in AI infrastructure, a move that positions the company as a key player in the global AI landscape. In parallel, Tesla is preparing to roll out full self-driving features in China, a significant step that underscores the growing competition in the autonomous vehicle market. This development is poised to enhance Tesla's foothold in one of the world's largest automotive markets, further complicating the narrative of U.S.-China technological rivalry. As global dynamics continue to shift, the interplay between geopolitical alliances and technological advancements will likely shape the future landscape. The reaffirmation of ties between Xi and Putin serves as a reminder that while the West may attempt to influence these relationships, the realities of strategic necessity and mutual benefit will often prevail. Moving forward, the world will be watching closely to see how these alliances evolve and what implications they may have for international stability and economic prosperity. In a significant development within China's defense sector, Tan Ruisong, the former chairman and Communist Party secretary of the Aviation Industry Corp of China (AVIC), has been expelled from the Communist Party amid serious allegations of corruption. This move underscores the ongoing anti-graft campaign by the Chinese government, particularly within state-owned enterprises that play crucial roles in national security and military advancement. Tan, 63, who led AVIC, the company responsible for the development of China's latest generation stealth fighter jet, has been accused by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection (CCDI) of accepting a huge amount of bribes and abusing his power to benefit personally. The CCDI statement detailed that Tan's malfeasance included offering favors during significant enterprise restructuring, engineering contracts, and even recruitment processes. His actions have reportedly had a nefarious impact on the industry and persisted despite the party's internal regulations against such conduct, particularly following the 18th Party Congress in 2012. The implications of Tan's expulsion are extensive, as his case is set to be handed over to prosecutors for further legal action. The CCDI emphasized that Tan's conduct not only violated party ethics but also involved severe breaches of public trust, including embezzlement and inappropriate transactions linked to his position of power. Though the exact monetary amount involved has not been disclosed, the CCDI characterized the severity of his actions as detrimental to the integrity of the defense industry and the Communist Party itself. This incident is part of a broader narrative in China where high-ranking officials face scrutiny amid heightened efforts to eradicate corruption. The expulsion of Tan Ruisong highlights the government's commitment to addressing corruption within powerful state-owned enterprises, especially those with significant strategic importance. The defense sector has been a focal point of these anti-corruption campaigns, as maintaining public trust and accountability is crucial for national security. As the government continues to tackle corruption, the fallout from Tan's expulsion may influence the operations and governance of AVIC and similar enterprises, in a system where loyalty to the party is paramount. Such actions could deter future misconduct among officials. However, the efficacy of these measures in genuinely curbing corruption remains to be seen. Looking ahead, the implications of this expulsion extend beyond the immediate legal repercussions for Tan. The ongoing anti-corruption drive is likely to impact the internal dynamics of China's defense sector and may prompt further scrutiny of other officials within state-owned enterprises. As the Chinese government grapples with the balance between maintaining party discipline and fostering a robust defense industry, the future of governance in these critical sectors will be closely watched by both domestic and international observers. In a significant shift towards sustainable development, clean energy technologies have now become a cornerstone of China's economy, contributing over 10% to the nation's GDP in 2024. This remarkable growth, amounting to nearly $1.9 trillion or 13.6 trillion yuan in green sales and investments, underscores China's commitment to transitioning from traditional energy sources to cleaner alternatives. According to a recent analysis by Carbon Brief and the China Renewable Energy Association (CREA), the clean energy sector has outpaced notable industries such as real estate and agriculture, marking a pivotal moment in the country's economic landscape. The rise of clean energy in China is driven primarily by the booming electric vehicle (EV) market, which alone accounted for $736 billion in revenue in 2024, a 20% increase from the previous year. The wind and solar power sectors followed closely, contributing a combined total of $508 billion. Additionally, rail transportation, bolstered by advancements in sustainable technologies, added another $256 billion to the clean energy economy. This comprehensive definition of clean energy encompasses renewables, nuclear power, electricity grids, energy storage, energy efficiency, as well as the burgeoning fields of electric vehicles and railways. The implications of this growth extend beyond economic figures. They reflect China's strategic shift towards sustainability amid global climate concerns. As noted by Anna Fleck, a data journalist at Statista, this rapid expansion in the clean energy sector not only signifies a move towards reducing carbon emissions but also highlights the potential for China to lead in the global green technology market. The clean energy sectors have now overtaken several other major sectors in terms of their contribution to the economy, which is a strong indicator of both market demand and government policy direction, Fleck stated. However, this positive trend in clean energy is juxtaposed against the backdrop of escalating geopolitical tensions, particularly between the United States and China. Recently, U.S. President Donald Trump introduced an America First investment policy aimed at restricting Chinese investments in critical American sectors such as technology and infrastructure. This policy has raised concerns among Chinese investors and could further complicate the dynamics of international business. In response to these challenges, China is actively working to stabilize and enhance foreign investment amid rising tensions. On February 19, 2025, the Chinese government unveiled a 2025 action plan for stabilizing foreign investment aimed at improving the investment environment in strategic sectors like telecommunications and biotechnology. Jens Eskelund, president of the European Union Chamber of Commerce in China, expressed optimism about the plan's implementation, emphasizing the need for tangible benefits for foreign businesses. This sentiment was echoed by Michael Hart, president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China, who highlighted the importance of foreign companies in the Chinese economy. Despite these efforts, recent data indicates a concerning decline in foreign direct investment (FDI) in China, which fell by 13.4% in January alone. This downturn follows a trend of decreasing FDI over the past 2 years, posing a significant challenge to China's economic stability and growth. Analysts suggest that while the government is eager to attract foreign capital, it must also navigate the complexities of geopolitical relations that influence investor confidence. As China moves forward, the balancing act of fostering a robust clean energy sector while addressing international investment concerns will be critical. The commitment to sustainability coupled with strategic policy adjustments could position China as a leader in the global green economy. However, the effectiveness of these initiatives will largely depend on how the government addresses the ongoing challenges posed by geopolitical dynamics and the desire of foreign investors for a stable, transparent investment landscape. Looking ahead, the trajectory of clean energy technology in China will continue to evolve, potentially reshaping not only the domestic economy but also global energy markets. As the country endeavors to solidify its role as a green technology powerhouse, the interplay between economic strategies and international relations will be pivotal in determining its future success. In a significant move reflecting the changing dynamics of security in the Indo-Pacific region, Taiwan's Democratic Progressive Party (DPP) has proposed amendments to the National Defense Act aimed at bolstering the island's defense capabilities. This initiative comes amid growing concerns over China's military assertiveness and is part of a broader strategy to enhance Taiwan's self-defense and technological independence. DPP lawmakers including Chiu Chi-wei and Lin Chunshan advocate for a provision that mandates technology transfers to Taiwan during international cooperation on weapons research, development, production, or maintenance. This proposal aligns with President William Lai's recent announcement to increase Taiwan's defense budget to over 3% of its GDP, reflecting the urgent need for stronger national defense in light of escalating threats from China. Chiu emphasized the importance of integrating technology transfers into arms procurement, stating, "To strengthen Taiwan's national defense and self-defense capabilities, it is crucial to actively promote the Taiwan-U.S. Joint Weapons Production Plan." The proposed amendment to Article 22 of the National Defense Act stipulates that any outsourcing of military procurement must prioritize technology transfer. This is crucial for establishing a self-sufficient defense infrastructure, thereby enhancing Taiwan's security goals. Chiu noted. Implementing the transfer of key technologies associated with research and development or production and expanding the defense industry market would contribute to the country's long-term security and development. Despite current regulations allowing limited cooperation with foreign suppliers, the DPP legislators argue that these restrictions hinder Taiwan's ability to develop its domestic arms industry. They propose amending the Defense Industry Development Act to facilitate cooperation with relevant agencies, thereby streamlining the procurement of necessary military supplies. This approach reflects a strategic shift toward fostering a robust local defense industry capable of meeting Taiwan's unique security needs. As Taiwan seeks to bolster its defense posture, the implications of this proposal extend beyond mere legislative changes. With China's military modernization and expansion, particularly in amphibious capabilities, the island's defense strategies must adapt rapidly. Observers note that China's new special barges designed for amphibious landings pose a direct challenge to Taiwan's coastal defenses by allowing for landings at less fortified locations. In response to these evolving threats, Taiwan's military strategists are urged to reassess traditional defense paradigms. A multi-layered defense system that integrates intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR) capabilities will be essential. The focus should not only be on traditional beachheads but also on less conventional coastal defenses, potentially fortified by mobile anti-armor units and rapid reaction forces. Looking ahead, the cooperation between Taiwan and the United States is set to deepen, particularly in joint arms production and technology transfer. This partnership is crucial for Taiwan to enhance its deterrence capabilities and ensure its security in an increasingly contested region. The DPP's proposed changes to the National Defense Act, along with strategic military partnerships, represent a proactive stance against the backdrop of an intensifying geopolitical landscape. In conclusion, as Taiwan navigates this complex security environment, the proposed amendments to its defense policies highlight a critical shift towards self-reliance and technological advancement. The outcomes of these initiatives will be closely monitored, not only for their implications on Taiwan's security but also for their potential influence on regional stability in the face of China's burgeoning military capabilities. As developments unfold, Taiwan's commitment to strengthening its defense posture will be pivotal in shaping the future of its sovereignty and security in the Indo-Pacific. In a significant diplomatic exchange, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin have reaffirmed their commitment to a long-term strategic partnership, signaling resilience in their relations amid a backdrop of warming ties between the United States and Russia. The phone call, which took place on February 24, marking the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, was reportedly initiated by Putin, highlighting the ongoing importance of their bilateral discussions. During their lengthy conversation, both leaders shared insights on recent developments in U.S.-Russia relations, with Putin updating Xi on Moscow's engagement with Washington. Xi expressed his support for these dialogues, emphasizing China's readiness to assist in facilitating a peaceful resolution to the Ukraine conflict. As articulated by Xi, the relationship between China and Russia is characterized by strong endogenous momentum and unique strategic value, reinforcing their status as true friends who have weathered numerous challenges together. Xi's remarks reflected a broader sentiment of stability in the China-Russia partnership, asserting that their cooperation will persist in the face of international fluctuations. China-Russia relations will move forward calmly despite international vicissitudes, contributing to each other's development and revitalization and injecting stability and positive energy into international relations, he stated. This sentiment echoed throughout the discussions, with both leaders emphasizing that their partnership is neither directed against any third party nor influenced by external factors. The context of this dialogue cannot be overlooked, particularly as it coincides with a period of renewed U.S.-Russia diplomatic engagement. Observers have noted that the thawing of relations between Moscow and Washington could potentially sway the dynamics of global alliances. However, analysts suggest that the strong foundations of the China-Russia relationship are unlikely to be affected by these developments. Putin reiterated this point, describing Russian-Chinese political ties as an essential stabilizing factor in global affairs, not swayed by political biases or external pressures. The frequency and duration of Xi and Putin's conversations, this being their second in just over a month, indicate a concerted effort to maintain open lines of communication and mutual support. As both countries prepare for a series of commemorative events in 2025, including the 80th anniversary of the victory against Japanese aggression in World War II, they aim to leverage these occasions to bolster their alliance and highlight their cooperative achievements. In the realm of global geopolitics, the implications of the Xi-Putin dialogue extend beyond mere bilateral relations. The two countries have positioned themselves as advocates for a multipolar world where they emphasize the importance of dialogue and mutual respect among nations. Their joint initiatives, including the Belt and Road Initiative and the Eurasian Economic Union, reflect a commitment to regional economic integration that stands in contrast to the exclusive alliances often favored by Western powers. As the world observes these developments, the China-Russia partnership appears increasingly resilient, embodying a model of cooperation that prioritizes mutual benefit and strategic alignment. Xi's assertion that China and Russia are good neighbors that cannot be moved apart encapsulates the essence of their enduring alliance, a sentiment that signals their intent to navigate future challenges together. Looking ahead, the trajectory of China-Russia relations suggests not only a strengthening of their bilateral ties but also a potential reshaping of global geopolitical dynamics. As both nations continue to collaborate closely on various fronts, their partnership may serve as a counterbalance to Western influence, further solidifying their roles as key players in a rapidly evolving international landscape. The ongoing dialogue between Xi and Putin will likely remain a focal point in understanding the future of global diplomacy.